So, welcome back again, all of you. So, in the last class, we had done we had just started about the band theory of solids. I had discussed how the bands are formed from isolated atom to a crystal. How the energy levels are how these energy levels come close. Like for isolated atom, you have got a discrete energy level, whereas in case of crystal, bands are formed. Okay, so now let us proceed more further. Actually, now what happens is that another thing is that I had talked about this metal, semiconductor, insulator based on band gap. In case of metals, the band gap is 0. Okay, in case of metals, the band gap is 0. In case of semiconductor, the band gap is very less, actually, from 1 electron volt to 3 electron volt. And insulator, the band gap is very, very big. Okay, so that is band gap means what? Means how will the conduction take place? Now, insulator, why are insulator? Semiconductor, metal, semiconductor, both metals are high conductors. Okay, metals are high conductors. Now, in metals, what happens? So, how will they conduct? These electrons will only take place in conduction. Now, if electrons are very easily moved from the valence band to conduction band, they will easily conduct. Semiconductor means from the word only it comes. Semiconductor means it is partial conductor. Okay, so in semiconductor, it has to be given the electrons here. The electrons in the valence band have to be given some energy so that they be transferred to the conduction band. Okay, so some minimum amount of energy must be given to be transferred to the conduction band, and then the conduction will start. Okay, and insulator, this gap is very high. That's why it is called insulator. That is, it cannot conduct. That is, its gap is so high that the electrons cannot move from the valence band to the conduction band. The gap between the valence band and conduction band is so high that the electrons cannot move from the valence band to the conduction band. Okay, so this is the thing. Now let me give a definition of the valence band and conduction band. So here valence band. Okay, valence band. What is valence band? The range of energies possessed by valence electrons, in a crystal. Range of energies possessed by valence electrons in a crystal. Okay. is the valence band. Okay, range of energies possessed by valence electrons in a crystal consists the valence band. Okay, consists the valence band. So consists the valence band. Now, what is the definition of the conduction band? Conduction band. Conduction band, the band above valence band, is called the conduction band. Okay. uh, Number 2 is, this is what? This is the range of energies possessed by free electrons. Range of energies possessed by free electrons. Range of energies possessed by free electrons in a crystal. Okay. So this once these you have, I mean, electrons move from the valence band to the conduction band. Once these electrons move from the valence band to the conduction band, they once they reach in the conduction band, they become free. Okay, once they reach the conduction band, they become free. Okay. Once the electrons reach from the valence band to the conduction band, they become free. Actually, they are free to move. That's why I have written here that range of energies possessed by free electrons in a crystal. Okay, range of energies possessed by free electrons in a crystal. Acha. And number 3 is what? Electrons may or may not exist here. Electrons may or may not exist here. Why I am telling may or may not exist here? Means at 0 Kelvin, no electrons exist in the conduction band. All the electrons exist in the valence band, and conduction band is empty. Okay. Conduction band is empty. Now when some temperature is given, okay, when some temperature given means some energy, thermal energy is provided. Okay, when some thermal energy is provided, yesterday I had drawn somewhere that at 0 Kelvin, see here, this is at 0 Kelvin. At 0 Kelvin, conduction band is perfectly empty and valence band is perfectly full. Now when you are giving some energy, thermal energy, say 100 Kelvin, like that, thermal energy means what? Thermal energy is what? Thermal energy is equal to kBT. Thermal energy is kBT. Okay, thermal energy is kBT. Now when you are giving that energy, these electrons absorb this energy and go to the conduction band. Okay, so only in that case, that is at higher energies more than 0 Kelvin, in that case you will have electrons in the conduction band. Other than that cases, you will not have electron. That's why I have written here, electrons may or may not exist. Okay, electrons may or may not exist in the conduction band. Okay, acha, and then number 4 is conduction band electrons. Conduction band electrons are responsible for electronic conductivity. Okay, conduction band electrons are responsible for electronic conductivity. The conductivity, these are the conduction electrons only. Means that's why I told that once the electrons go to the conduction band, they start conducting. Okay, so conduction band electrons are responsible for the electronic conductivity. Okay, achha. So now let us move to the another topic. Okay. Another thing I should add here, that the electrons cannot be found in the region. The electrons cannot be found in the region between. Electrons cannot be found in the region between valence band and conduction band. Okay. Some energy levels in between valence band and conduction band. Some energy levels in between valence band and conduction band are forbidden. Some energy levels between valence band and conduction band are forbidden for electrons. Okay, these energy levels together are known as forbidden energy gap. Okay, that is this thing. This region is called as the forbidden energy gap. That is this region is called as the forbidden energy gap. Okay, that is the electrons cannot be found in the region between valence band and conduction band. Some energy levels in between valence band and conduction band are forbidden for electrons. Okay, that is forbidden for electrons. ফরবিডেন মানে কি? অচ্ছুত। হ্যাঁ, তোমাকে গ্রামে ঢুকতে দেওয়া হবে না, এরকম। তো সাম আর ফরবিডেন। ওকে, হিয়ার দেয়ার আর নো এনার্জি লেভেলস প্রেজেন্ট হিয়ার ইন দিস রিজন। ওকে, সো some energy levels between valence band and conduction are forbidden for electrons. These energy levels together are known as the forbidden energy gap. Okay, these energy levels together are called as the forbidden energy gap. Okay, so now let us do something more here, that what exactly happens in a crystal. Okay, what exactly happens in a crystal? Okay, so in a crystal, what do you have? In a crystal, what do you have actually? You have atoms here. Okay, you have atoms. Now, if you let us take means for simplicity, let us take a one-dimensional array of atoms. Let us take a one-dimensional array of atoms. So, how will you take that? So, this is an atom here. Say this is an atom. Then this is the nucleus. And after a distance there is another atom. Okay, this distance is a. After a distance there is another atom. Again there is another atom after a distance. Again there is another atom after a distance. Again there is another atom after a distance. Again here there is another atom after a distance. Right? Okay, now these electrons will be here. Electrons will be present. Now there will be a potential energy, right? Potential energy. the potential energy between the potential energy between the electron and the positive ion is what? V is equal to minus E square by 4 pi epsilon naught R. Okay, minus 4 pi epsilon naught R. Okay, E square minus 4 pi epsilon naught R. Okay, so now how does this potential vary actually? So how does this potential vary? So you can see here this potential varies as 1 by R. E square by 4 pi epsilon is constant, so it varies as 1 by R. So it is kind of hyperbola, right? It is a kind of hyperbola kind of thing. So it's like this here, like this. So you see here that at 0, when R is 0, right? When R is 0, when actually what happens here is that like if you consider a crystal here, in crystal we'll have various ions like this. These are the ions. Okay, these are the ions here, and you will have free electrons. Okay, you will have free electrons like this. These are the ions, and you will have free electrons. Free electrons means like this. Electrons will travel. Electrons, it's coming from here, coming towards the nucleus, then again going like this. Okay, like this it will go. So now when the what is this r is what? R is the distance between the electron. R is the distance between the moving electron and the R is the distance between the moving electron and the nucleus or the positive charge, and the nucleus or the positive charge or the ion, you can tell. Okay, so from here what do you see? When the distance between the is zero, that is when the electron it just touches the nucleus, then the potential becomes infinity. So how will it look like? It will look something like this now. So here at zero, the area is infinity. So this will be something like this. So here also, again here like this, again here like this, again here like this, again here like this. Okay, again here like this. Okay, this will be the potential, right? I hope you can understand, everyone. Okay, the potential will be like this. Let me make it more clear to you. Like suppose you have suppose you have a single positive ion like this here. Okay, like this here. So how will the wheel look like? Potential look like this. It's not like this actually. Like at zero it will turn towards infinity, and from here again it will be like this kind of thing. It will be, and for the another positive ion like this, it will be like this kind of a thing. So the resultant will be like this. The resultant will be like this. This will be the resultant. So that only I have drawn here. Okay, that only I have drawn here. This will be the resultant. Okay. So now this potential V is actually periodic in nature. Okay, this potential V is actually periodic in nature. What does this mean? That is V is varying. V is varying periodically. V is varying periodically. V is varying periodically. Okay, that is means after what is the what is the year of this crystal? It is A. What is the period of this crystal? Means this distance is A. Means what does this mean? That is at zero, whatever is the potential, after A you get the same potential, isn't it? Again after A plus A, that is after 2A you again get the same potential. After 3A you again get the same potential. So this is what is meant by periodic potential. So this is what is meant by periodic potential. Vx is equal to Vx plus A. Okay, Vx is equal to Vx plus A. Now let me write a very important thing, which you will be able to understand it more nicely. That is, inside a real crystal, there is an infinite array of lattice points. There is an infinite array of lattice points, and there is a periodic arrangement of positively charged ions through which the electrons move. Okay, ebar the potential of the electron near or at the positive ion side is 0, and maximum where at the here at the and this range here it is maximum in between the two ions. Okay, the potential of the electron near or at the positive ion side is 0 and is maximum exactly in between the two positive ion sides, and maximum exactly between two two positive ion sides. Okay, so here the same thing which I had drawn, exactly between two positive ion sides, and this one I had drawn here. That is what I have written. See, this thing only I have drawn here. That inside a real crystal there is an infinite array of the lattice points, and there is a periodic arrangement of positively charged ions through which the electrons move. This thing, through which the infinite array of positive ion through which the electron move. Okay, and through the potential of the electron near or at the positive ion side is 0. The potential of the electron near or at the positive ion side is 0, and maximum exactly between two positive ion sides. See here, near or at the positive ion side, the potential is the potential of the electron near or at the positive ion side is 0, and is maximum here actually. Okay, in between. So so how can you actually draw this? Now this one, you see that if I draw a line here, right? If I draw a line here like this, okay, if I draw a line here like this, now if you change the origin, I'm drawing a line like this. This is V. Okay, this is V, and this is what? This is X. This is V, this is X. Okay, along the y-axis there is V, along the x-axis there is X, and here at equal distances this is A, 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 like this. Okay, these are all positive ion sides. Positive, 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 positive like this. Okay, so now how does this now what you will do to make it simpler, you take the origin, you shift the origin. Here this was the origin. Now if you shift the origin here, what will happen? This was negative, na? This is negative actually. This is the negative the axis, negative voltage axis. Now if you just shift the origin, what will happen? If you just shift the origin, if I draw it like this, I mean this is the positive ion side, right? This is the positive ion side. So if you shift the origin, how the potential look like? It will look like this. Here exactly in between you are getting maximum, like this. Okay, exactly in between you are getting maximum like this. Exactly in between you are getting maximum like this. Here exactly in between this is maximum. Okay, so it's like this. So that's why I am telling that at the ions, positive ion sides, the potential is zero, and at the in between the potential just in between the sides, it is maximum. This is a this is a all are exactly like this A. Okay, so now now what will happen? Again we have to solve this. Actually we have to solve this by using actually this is since electron is a fermion, so Fermi-Dirac statistics or I mean say quantum mechanical particle, so the Schrodinger equation will be applied here. Okay, so now you can write that this kind of potential is very difficult. This kind of potential is very difficult to solve mathematically. This kind of potential is very difficult to solve mathematically. This one. Okay, so these two scientists, Kronig and Penny. So Kronig and Penny. Okay, Kronig and Penny. So Kronig and Penny gave an approximation. Approximated this potential. Approximated this potential in the following way. Approximated potential in the following way. Approximated this potential in the following way. So what is that way? what is that way? The same thing here. You see, this is V. Okay, this is V, and this is X. This is V and this is X. Now similarly here there are these atoms, are positive ion sites are here. Positive ion sites are here. Now he created like this, that at this point there is minimum though. So here exactly at the middle there is maximum. So he approximated it like this. Like this he approximated. Here you will get the maximum. Like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Like this, like this. like this. He approximated this. Okay, now here I mean what kind of region you will have. This is suppose you take this region, these two region, this you take the region 1, this you take the region 2. Okay, this is the region 1, this is the region 2. So Vx is equal to 0. Where it is 0? Now in this region 1 it is 0. Okay, Vx is equal to 0 from where? Now 0 is less than x is less than a. Region 1. Region 1. So suppose suppose say region 1 is here, 0 is less than x, greater than x, greater than 0 mane here this is 0. Okay, this is 0 and say this is a. Okay, this is 0 and this is a. Okay, and Vx is equal to V0 where maximum where? Now in this region it is maximum. So where now minus b, মানে x is greater than minus b is less than 0. মানে this is the 0 point. This is the 0 point. Say this is the 0. Actually this will be 0. You shift the this thing origin here in this region. But suppose this is 0. This is the origin. So I mean this length will be a and this length will be b. Okay, so this is since 0, this will be what? Minus b. So the bit x is greater than minus b is less than 0. That is minus b means what? This much is minus. This is minus b. Okay, this is actually minus b, and it is less than 0. This region they are talking about. Okay, this region they are talking about. So in this way, this Kronig and Penny did the approximation. Okay, and another thing I need to add. So what is the thing that? Sorry. According to Kronig Penny model, according to Kronig Penny model, according to the Kronig Penny model, what happened? An electron moves in a periodic potential. An electron moves in a periodic potential. An electron moves in a periodic potential produced by the positive ions. Periodic potential produced by the positive ions. Okay, produced by the positive ions. So periodic potential produced by the positive ions. It moves in a periodic potential produced by the positive ions. Okay. Okay, so here actually this diagram which I have drawn here, there is a little error here actually. This from here it seems that both A and B are of the same size, but it's not so actually. Okay, so the diagram will be let me draw it more correctly. So it is like this, that this is the y-axis. Okay, this is the y-axis where the potential V is there, and then you have this thing. We have this thing. This is of very short size because it is maximum at within a very small region, exactly in between the two atoms. Okay, here is one atom exactly at the middle. So here is another atom. Now distance between the atoms is a. Okay, Now here is another, this is a rectangular step, it's called rectangular step potential. Why I am doing like this? Because it is similar to the one-dimensional potential well which we have studied in quantum mechanics. I will apply the same thing here. Okay, so like this, then it will come like this, then again there will be one step here, and like this. So here, okay, so this one will be the region 2, this one will be the region 1. This it looks like a potential well. This is 0, okay, this is A, and this is B, actually even minus B actually. Okay, so here it will be like this. Like this it will be. Okay, again here there is one atom, here there is one atom. Okay, so the distance between this and this is A. So the similarly distance between this is also this and this is also A. Like that only it is done. Okay, and this potential barrier, this is of very short length, that is B. So now I'm writing this here, that is Vx is equal to 0. Okay, Vx is equal to 0 for what? For x is less than A is greater than 0, and Vx is equal to what? Vx is equal to V0 for x is greater than minus B. This thing, this one is V0. Okay, this one is what I had taken here. This one is V0. Okay, V0, the x is greater than minus B is less than 0. Okay, so this is the thing. So now what will happen? This is what? This is the region 1. This is the region 1, and this is the region 2. This is region 1, this is the region 2. Okay, so now what will happen? Now here you will write the Schrodinger. Now applying Schrodinger, SCHRO, Schrodinger time independent equation, Schrodinger time independent equation. What will you get? d2 psi by dx2 plus 2m by h square into e minus v into psi. Okay, so here for the region 1, what will you get? E minus 0 into psi will be equal to 0. Okay, so this is equation 1 for region 1, for region 1, and then d2 psi by dx2 plus 2m by h square into e minus v naught into psi is equal to 0. This is for equation 2, and this is region 2. This is region 2. Okay, so this you have to solve now. So now what will you do here? So just which you had done d2 psi by dx2 plus let us take alpha square into psi is equal to 0. Okay, where alpha square is equal to 2me by h square. Okay. Now here this one will be what? d2 psi by dx2 plus, sorry, let us take it as minus beta square into psi is equal to 0, where beta square is equal to what? Beta square is equal to 2m by h square into v0 minus e. Okay, you see here this equation. this equation 2m by h cut square v0 minus e. Minus will be out. So 2m by h all are constant. So you just take minus out. So 2m by h cut square v0 minus e, that you take as beta square. Okay. So this is the solution. I mean, yeah, we take it like this. Okay. So now what will be the solution? What will be the trial wave function. Okay, now in this case, see here this potential, like the potential which we are taking in the one dimensional potential well, that was not a periodic potential, right? That was a constant potential. That was not a periodic potential. So in that case, what solution did you take? You took psi was what? Psi was that a sin kx plus cos kx, in that way ওইভাবে তোমরা করেছিলে a sin kx plus cos kx, তারপরে তুমি x টাকে বাউন্ডারি কন্ডিশন দিলে a sin kx, বেসিক্যালি ওটা প্লেন ওয়েভ সলিউশন। ঠিক আছে, বেসিক্যালি ওটা প্লেন ওয়েভ সলিউশন। তার মানে কি, যে প্লেন ওয়েভ মানে কি, প্লেন ওয়েভকে আমি ডিনোট করতে পারবো e টু দি পাওয়ার অফ i kx, এইভাবে ডিনোট করতে পারবো। ঠিক আছে, বাট হিয়ার what is happening here, this potential is periodic. Okay, this potential is a periodic potential, so one periodic function must also be here. One periodic function must also be here. e to the ikx is not periodic function, so that is what, that is ukx. Okay, that is ukx. So where e to the power ikx is a plane, e to the ikx is a plane wave, and ukx is a periodic function. ukx is a periodic function. Okay. ukx is a periodic function. So what will you write here? Psi is equal to e to the power of kx is the wave function. Psi is the wave function only for a constant potential. Wave function only for a constant potential. Okay, psi is equal to e to the power kx is the wave function only for a constant potential, but here we have a periodic potential. But here we have a periodic potential. Okay, the scientist Bloch, B-L-O-C-H, from whom Bloch's theorem came. Bloch found out, B-L-O-C-H, okay, Bloch found out what? That e to the power kx will be modulated. E to the power kx will be modulated by a function. E to the power kx will be modulated by a function ukx, where okay, e to the power ikx will be modulated. Modulated means little bit change, will be modulated where ukx will follow the periodicity. ukx will follow the periodicity of this potential. Okay, periodicity of this potential. That is, periodicity of this potential means what? Vx is equal to Vx plus a. So similarly, ukx will be equal to ukx plus a. Okay, ukx will be equal to ukx plus a. Okay. So I can again write here that the same thing only, that since the electron is experiencing a periodic potential, since the electron is experiencing a periodic potential, so the plane wave solution must be modulated by a periodic solution. Since the electron is experiencing a periodic potential, very very nice, electron is definitely experiencing a periodic potential, like this periodic potential. After one period A, again the same potential, after another period A, again the same potential. The electron is experiencing a periodic potential. So the plane wave solution, that is e to the power ikx, must be modulated by a periodic solution, which is this ukx. Ukx is equal to ukx plus A. Okay, so today up till this. After this, I'll start solving this solution d2x dt2 minus b square beta square psi and all these things. So please read all this carefully. Again, thank you for your attention.